Have you ever wondered why bad things happen to good people? Why sometimes life falls apart, even when you've done everything right? This is the story of a man who faced the worst kind of pain imaginable and still held on to his faith. His name was Job, and his story is one of the most powerful lessons in the entire Bible. In the ancient land of Uz, there lived a man named Job. He was known as a man of great integrity, faithful, kind, and God-fearing. Job was blessed with everything you could dream of. He had 10 children, 7 sons, and 3 daughters. Thousands of sheep, camels, oxen, and servants. He was one of the richest men in the East. But what made him truly special was his heart. Job loved God deeply. He regularly prayed for his family, even offering sacrifices in case his children had sinned without realizing it. He didn't just believe in God. He lived his faith every single day. Life was good, peaceful, and full of joy. But somewhere, in the unseen world, a conversation was taking place that would change everything. One day, the angels came to present themselves before God, and Satan, the accuser, came with them. God said, "Have you noticed my servant Job? There is no one on earth like him, blameless and upright, who fears God and shuns evil." Satan replied, "Of course he honors you. Look at how blessed he is. You protect him, his family, and everything he owns. But take it all away, and he'll curse you to your face." And God said, "Very well then. Everything he has is in your hands. But do not lay a finger on the man himself." The test had begun. It started like any other morning. Job was going about his day when a servant ran up, breathless and terrified. "Your oxen and donkeys were stolen, and your servants killed." Before that servant could even finish speaking, another came. "Fire from heaven fell and burned up your sheep and shepherds." Then a third. "Enemies raided your camels and killed your servants." And finally, the worst news of all. Another messenger ran in, trembling. "Your sons and daughters were feasting. A strong wind came from the desert. It struck the house, and the house collapsed on them. They're all gone. 10 children, gone in one single day." Job tore his robe in grief and fell to the ground. But even in his pain, he whispered words that shook heaven. "The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord." Even after losing everything, Job still worshipped. But Satan wasn't done yet. He came before God again and said, "Yes, Job still praises you, but only because he's still healthy. Strike his flesh, and he'll surely curse you to your face." And God said, "Very well, he is in your hands, but you must spare his life." Soon, Job was covered with painful sores from the top of his head to the soles of his feet. He sat among ashes, scraping his skin with broken pottery, too sick to move, too weak to fight. His wife, broken by grief, looked at him and said, "Are you still holding on to your integrity? Curse God and die." But Job looked at her with weary eyes and said, "Should we accept good from God and not trouble?" Even then, Job did not sin. When Job's friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, heard about his suffering, they came to comfort him. But when they saw him, they barely recognized him. For 7 days and 7 nights, they sat beside him in silence. No one said a word, because sometimes pain is too deep for words. But when they finally spoke, they made Job's pain even worse. They accused him of hidden sin. They said, "Surely, Job, you must have done something wrong for God to punish you like this." Job defended himself. He cried out, saying, "I have done no wrong. I just want to understand why." He felt abandoned, not just by his friends, but even by God. He said, "If only I knew where to find him, I would go to his throne and plead my case." Job was honest about his pain. He didn't hide it. He spoke from a broken heart, yet he never cursed God. Then, after all the silence, after all the tears, God finally spoke. Out of the whirlwind, a voice filled the air. Who is this that questions my wisdom with words without knowledge? Where were you when I laid the foundations of the earth? Can you command the morning to appear? Can you tell the sea where to stop? God wasn't angry. He was revealing his greatness. He was showing Job that his plans are bigger than human understanding, that there are mysteries of life and suffering that we may never fully see. And in that moment, Job realized it wasn't about having all the answers. It was about trust. He fell to his knees and said, I spoke of things I did not understand. My ears had heard of you, but now my eyes have seen you. And Job found peace, not because everything was explained, but because he knew God was still in control. After Job's heart turned back in faith, God restored everything he had lost and more. He gave him twice as much wealth, more servants, more livestock, and 10 new children. His friends who once doubted him came to celebrate with him again. And the Bible says, the Lord blessed the latter part of Job's life more than the former. Job lived many more years, long enough to see his children's children, even to the 4th generation. His story ended not in tragedy, but in triumph. The story of Job isn't just ancient history. It's a mirror for our own lives. It reminds us that faith isn't proven when life is easy, but when everything falls apart and we still hold on to God. It reminds us that God's silence is not his absence, that sometimes the greatest answers come in the quiet, and that no matter what we lose, if we don't lose faith, God can restore everything, and even more. So if you're going through a storm right now, remember Job. Remember that your story isn't over yet, because the same God who restored Job can restore you too.